The Lakers are rolling. 8 straight wins. They're rolling. And it's not just LeBron and Luka lighting it up. Everyone's stepping up. Jackson Hayes has taken over as the starting center, and he's holding it down. Rui's been out, but they haven't missed a beat. Every player's locked into their role, and it's paying off. The chemistry's unreal, and it shows in the numbers. LeBron and Luka are looking like the best duo in the league, and the supporting cast is keeping the momentum alive. They're handling business on both ends, and the results speak for themselves. This streak's been dominant, and they're not slowing down, but I want to look at each game. Let's start with the first one in Portland. LeBron put on a show with 40 points, and he completely took over in the fourth quarter. When Portland tied it at 81, Austin Reeves immediately got them back on top, and LeBron made sure they stayed there. He drilled back-to-back threes, then hit a tough fadeaway to cap off 8 straight points. He wasn't done though. After Portland's timeout, he knocked down another jumper, making it look effortless. He finished with 40 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He controlled the game when it mattered most, and his plus-minus of +8 showed his impact. Reeves was right there with him, dropping 32 points on insane efficiency. He only grabbed 1 rebound, but he made up for it with 7 assists. He also played some serious defense, racking up 2 steals and 2 blocks. His plus-minus of +5 showed just how valuable he was in keeping the offense flowing. Without Luka in the lineup, he stepped up big time. The chemistry between him and LeBron was obvious, and the Blazers had no answer for their 2-man game. Jackson Hayes continues proving he belongs in that starting center spot. He finished with 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. He even added a block while posting a +2 plus-minus. He's not just filling a role, he's making a real difference. His activity on the glass and ability to finish around the rim kept Portland's bigs honest all night. Dorian Finney-Smith quietly had a solid all-around game. He only took what the defense gave him, scoring 10 points, but he made up for it everywhere else. He grabbed 6 rebounds, swiped 2 steals, and even blocked a shot. His plus-minus of +20 was the highest on the team, proving how much of an impact he made on both ends. He did the dirty work, and it showed in the final score. Rui had a tough shooting night, but his rebounding was huge. He grabbed 12 boards, the most of any Laker, and also chipped in 6 points, an assist, and a block. Even though his shot wasn't falling, he still contributed in other ways. His impact on the glass kept second-chance opportunities alive, and his presence in the paint made life tough for Portland's bigs. Trey Jemison came off the bench and gave them some solid minutes. He scored 6 points and grabbed 4 rebounds while posting a +6 plus-minus. He didn't stuff the stat sheet, but he played within his role and gave them some valuable energy off the bench. Gabe Vincent also had a solid night in limited minutes. He scored 7 points, grabbed a rebound, dished out an assist, and even added a steal and a block. He didn't need to do too much, but he still made his presence felt. His impact didn't always show in the box score, but he gave them a spark when they needed it. This game was all about execution down the stretch. When Portland tied it up in the fourth, the Lakers locked in and never looked back. LeBron took over, Reeves played the perfect second option, and everyone else filled their roles. They shot well, crashed the boards, and played tough defense when it mattered most. Even without Luka, they found a way to get it done. This wasn't just about 1 or 2 guys, this was a complete team effort, and the numbers prove it. But then we can look at the following game versus Denver. Luka finally had his breakout game with the Lakers, dropping 32 points in a dominant win over Denver. He didn't just score though, he grabbed 10 rebounds, dished out 7 assists, and played some tough defense with 4 steals and a block. His plus-minus of +20 showed just how much he controlled the game. After averaging just under 15 points in his first 3 games, he completely flipped the script and took over. He had 19 by halftime, and the Lakers never looked back. Against a team that had won 9 straight, he made sure that streak ended in blowout fashion. LeBron was right behind him, putting up 25 points while stuffing the stat sheet. He grabbed 9 rebounds, handed out 5 assists, and was a force defensively with 3 blocks and a steal. His +9 plus-minus showed his impact, but the real story was how he dominated inside. Denver had no answer for him, and he made sure they felt it on both ends of the floor. He didn't even need to take over late like usual, because the Lakers had this one in the bag early. Austin Reeves stayed hot with another big performance. He dropped 23 points while also grabbing 4 rebounds and dishing out 7 assists. He was efficient, controlled, and made sure the offense flowed perfectly. His +13 plus-minus showed how much he made an impact every time he was on the floor. He might not get the same attention as Luka and LeBron, but he's been one of the biggest reasons for this winning streak. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks, Anyways, the Lakers. Rui was on his way to a huge game before exiting with an injury. He still managed 21 points and 4 assists while posting a plus 14 plus minus. Even though he didn't grab a single rebound, his offensive impact was undeniable. And when he left, the Lakers didn't miss a beat. They immediately went on a 12-2 run, proving just how locked in this team is right now. He wasn't even needed to close things out because this one was over early. Jackson Hayes didn't have the biggest game offensively, but he did exactly what they needed him to do. He finished with 4 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block. His plus 8 plus minus showed that even without stuffing the box score, he still made a difference. His presence in the paint helped slow down Denver's inside attack, and he played his role perfectly. Dorian Finney-Smith might have only scored 4 points, but his impact went way beyond scoring. He grabbed 4 rebounds and swiped 2 steals while posting a plus 21 plus minus. That was the highest on the team, proving just how important his presence was. He played great defense, moved the ball, and made sure to make the right plays every time he was on the floor. This win wasn't just big because of the margin, it was big because of who they beat. Denver had won 9 straight, and they hadn't lost all month. The Lakers walked in and completely shut that down. They never trailed, and they made it look easy. Even with Nikola Jokic getting a triple-double, he was completely locked up, shooting just 2 of 7 with 6 turnovers. That's how dominant the Lakers were on both ends. This wasn't just another win, this was a statement. But the third game was a huge one. Luka picked the perfect night to get his first triple-double as a Laker. 19 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. He didn't even shoot the ball well, but it didn't matter. His playmaking was on full display, and he controlled the game from start to finish. His plus 8 plus minus showed just how much of an impact he had. He even sealed the win by setting up LeBron for the dagger layup in the final seconds. Against his old team, he proved why the Lakers wanted him so badly. LeBron stepped up in a big way, especially in the fourth quarter. He dropped 27 points and grabbed 12 rebounds, while also adding 3 assists and a steal. He completely took over down the stretch, scoring 16 in the final period. Even though his plus minus was -5, his impact was undeniable. When the game was on the line, he delivered like he always does. His chemistry with Luka keeps getting better, and it showed in this win. Austin Reeves was his usual steady self, finishing with 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. He played efficiently and made sure the offense kept flowing. His plus 16 plus minus showed how valuable he was every time he was on the floor. He didn't need to force anything. He just made the right plays. Every game, he continues to prove he's a key piece to this team's success. Rui had a strong all-around game, scoring 15 points and grabbing 6 rebounds. He didn't record an assist or a steal, but he made up for it with 2 blocks. His plus minus of plus 19 was the highest on the team, proving just how much of an impact he made on both ends. He played his role perfectly and gave them everything they needed to get this win. Jackson Hayes continued to do the dirty work inside. He finished with 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks while posting a plus 8 plus minus. He might not always put up big numbers, but his presence in the paint is huge. He's been holding it down as the starting center, and he showed once again why he deserves that spot. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't score much, but he made an impact everywhere else. He finished with 2 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. His plus minus was -1, but his defensive presence was key in slowing down Dallas's offense. He doesn't need to take a lot of shots to make a difference, and this game was another example of that. Jared Vanderbilt gave them solid minutes off the bench, finishing with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He didn't record a steal or a block, but his energy was felt. His plus minus was -1, but he still played his role well. Every time he's on the floor, he makes sure to bring energy and hustle, and that's exactly what he did in this one. This win wasn't just about beating Dallas, it was about continuing their dominance. That was 3 straight wins and 13 in their last 16. They controlled this one from the start and never let up. Luka got his revenge, LeBron took over late, and everyone else filled their roles perfectly. They're proving night after night that they're one of the most dangerous teams in the league, and this streak isn't slowing down anytime soon. And the fourth game was awesome too. Against the Wolves, LeBron was on another level, dropping 33 points and grabbing 17 rebounds. He also dished out 6 assists, swiped a steal, and even added a block. His plus 12 plus minus showed just how dominant he was in controlling this game. Early on, he buried a 3 to push the lead to 47-24, setting the tone for the night. Minnesota made it interesting late, but LeBron kept them in front, proving once again why he's still one of the best in the game. Luka put up another strong performance, finishing with 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. He didn't grab any steals or blocks, but his impact was clear. His +3 ± might not jump off the page, but he hit one of the biggest shots of the night. With the Timberwolves closing in, he drained an off-balance 3 with just over 3 minutes left, completely shutting down their momentum. That's what makes him special. Even when things get tight, he finds a way to step up. Austin Reeves was right there with them, adding 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He also played some tough defense, picking up 2 steals and finishing with a +9 ±. He's been one of the most consistent players during this winning streak, always doing whatever the team needs. Whether it's scoring, playmaking, or defending, he just finds ways to make an impact. Once again, he was a huge reason for this win. Jackson Hayes gave them some strong minutes at center. He finished with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal, while also blocking a shot. His +18 ± was one of the best on the team, showing just how much he contributed on both ends. He didn't need to put up huge numbers, but he made sure to control the paint and play his role perfectly. Rui didn't have a big scoring night, but his impact was still felt. He finished with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, but his ± of +21 was the highest on the team. That just proves how much he was affecting the game, even without filling up the box score. He played solid defense, moved the ball well, and made sure to be in the right spots all night. Dorian Finney-Smith came off the bench and played his role as well. He only scored 3 points, but he also grabbed a rebound, dished out an assist, and picked up a steal. His +1 ± wasn't as high as the others, but he still contributed in the ways they needed. Every game, he brings energy and defensive toughness, and this one was no different. This win was about weathering a tough comeback attempt. The Lakers jumped out to a huge lead early, but Minnesota kept fighting. Even without Anthony Edwards in the second half, they made a push, cutting it to a 1-point game late in the fourth. But when it mattered most, the Lakers locked in. Luka hit that huge 3, LeBron closed it out, and they secured their 4th straight win. They won 14 of their last 17, proving that this is no fluke. And then Luka celebrated his birthday with a huge performance, dropping 31 points and 5 assists while playing some tough defense with 3 steals. He struggled with his shot early, but when it mattered most, he delivered. In the fourth quarter, he knocked down back-to-back threes to stretch the lead to 10 and put the game away. His +- was -13, but that doesn't tell the full story. He controlled the tempo, made big plays when it counted, and led them to their 5th straight win. This was his night, and he made sure to finish it with a statement. LeBron was right there with him, putting up 28 points and grabbing 13 rebounds. He also added 3 assists and a steal while posting a +- of -1. Even though the Lakers were missing 2 starters, he stepped up and made sure they didn't miss a beat. He kept attacking, getting to his spots, and punishing the Clippers inside. When the game got tight late, he was the steady presence they needed to close things out. Austin Reeves had a quiet night, finishing with 6 points and a block, but his presence still mattered. He didn't grab a rebound or dish out an assist, but he kept the offense moving and played within his role. His +- of -8 wasn't ideal, but not every game is about stuffing the stat sheet. Even on an off night, he still made an impact in other ways. Jackson Hayes played solid minutes, scoring 5 points while grabbing 1 rebound and handing out 2 assists. He also blocked 2 shots, showing his presence in the paint. His +- of -15 might not look great, but he still gave them valuable minutes, especially in protecting the rim. His energy and size continue to be important in this winning streak. Dorian Finney-Smith had 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He also grabbed a steal while finishing with a -9 ±. He did the little things, playing tough defense and making sure to crash the glass. He might not always be the flashiest player, but his contributions go beyond the box score. The bench stepped up in a big way, and that's why they pulled this one out. Jared Vanderbilt played just 10 minutes, but he finished with 3 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal while posting a +20 ±. His energy was off the charts, and every time he was on the floor, he made an impact. Trey Jemison was another huge boost off the bench. He scored 5 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, and blocked a shot while posting a +19 ±. He gave them some toughness inside, helping slow down the Clippers' bigs and giving them extra possessions. Gabe Vincent was a defensive menace, finishing with 7 points, 3 assists, and 4 steals. His +- of +11 showed just how much of a difference he made. He disrupted passing lanes, pressured the ball, and gave them the spark they needed off the bench. Jordan Goodwin had a strong all-around game as well. He scored 6 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and picked up 3 steals while finishing with a +14 ±. He played with intensity and made sure to impact the game in multiple ways. Dalton Connect rounded out the bench production with 8 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal, and a block. His plus-minus of +2 showed he gave them solid minutes, especially on the defensive end. This win wasn't just about Luka and LeBron, it was about their depth. The starters carried the load early, but the bench made sure they didn't give up the lead. The Lakers were missing 2 starters and playing on the second night of a back-to-back, but they still found a way to get it done. That was 5 straight wins and 11 in their last 13. No matter who's on the floor, this team just keeps rolling. And then the 6th, same story. Luka led the way once again, dropping 29 points and 9 assists, while grabbing 6 rebounds. He also picked up 2 steals and finished with a +19 plus-minus. The Clippers made a late push, but he made sure they didn't complete the comeback. His playmaking was on point all night, and he controlled the tempo when it mattered most. Even without Austin Reeves and Rui, he made sure the Lakers' offense didn't skip a beat. LeBron had a quieter scoring night with 17 points, but he made up for it in other areas. He grabbed 5 rebounds, dished out 9 assists, picked up 2 steals, and even blocked a shot. His plus-minus of -5 didn't reflect how much of an impact he had down the stretch. Every time the Clippers tried to make a run, he made the right play to keep them in control. He wasn't looking to take over as a scorer, but he facilitated the offense and kept everything flowing. Dalton Connect stepped up in a big way, scoring 19 points and grabbing 4 rebounds. He also added 2 assists and played a key role in keeping the offense going without Reeves and Rui. His plus-minus of -13 wasn't ideal, but his scoring punch was exactly what they needed. He showed that he can step up in big moments, and he made sure to give them an extra scoring option all night. Dorian Finney-Smith played his role to perfection, finishing with 11 points and 4 rebounds. He also picked up a steal and finished with the highest plus-minus on the team at +24. That just proves how much of an impact he had on both ends of the floor. He didn't take a ton of shots, but he knocked down the ones he got and played tough defense all night. Jackson Hayes continued to hold it down in the paint. He finished with 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks while posting a +11 plus-minus. He didn't need to do much offensively, but his presence inside made a difference. He protected the rim, fought for rebounds, and made sure the Clippers couldn't get easy looks in the paint. Gabe Vincent gave them some solid minutes, finishing with 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. His +2 plus-minus showed that he made his impact felt in a variety of ways. He didn't have to put up big numbers, but he still made plays when they needed them. Jared Vanderbilt came off the bench and played a huge role. He finished with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist, while also blocking 2 shots. His plus-minus of +10 showed that his energy and effort were crucial. He crashed the glass, played tough defense, and gave them second-chance opportunities all night. Trey Jemison had a quieter night, finishing with 3 points and 2 rebounds while posting a -2 plus-minus. He didn't get a ton of minutes, but he still gave them some solid minutes inside. When Hayes needed a breather, Milton had 6 points, a rebound, and an assist, but his plus-minus of -16 showed that he struggled to make an impact. He had a tough time finding his rhythm offensively, but he still gave them some depth off the bench. This win wasn't easy, but the Lakers once again found a way. They jumped out to a big lead, but the Clippers came storming back late. Just like the last game, the Lakers made the right plays in crunch time. Luka led the charge, LeBron controlled the offense, and the role players stepped up when needed. That was 6 straight wins and 16 in their last 19. Even without 2 starters, they keep proving that they're one of the toughest teams to beat right now. LeBron made history again, dropping 34 points while becoming the first player to reach 50,000 combined points in the regular season and playoffs. He also grabbed 8 rebounds, dished out 6 assists, picked up a steal, and blocked 2 shots. His +7 plus-minus showed just how dominant he was, and he set the tone early by bearing a 3 to pass the milestone. The crowd gave him a standing ovation, and he made sure to deliver another masterclass in the Lakers' 7th straight win. Luka was right behind him, putting up a near triple-double with 30 points, 15 assists, and 8 rebounds. He also added a steal and a block while posting an insane +37 plus-minus. He controlled everything offensively, setting up teammates and knocking down shots whenever they needed him. Even without Austin Reeves and Rui, he made sure this offense didn't slow down. His chemistry with LeBron keeps getting better, and this game was just another example of how unstoppable they are together. Jackson Hayes had his best game of the season, finishing with 19 points and 10 rebounds. He didn't record an assist, steal, or block, but his presence inside was huge. His +4 plus-minus showed that even when the Pelicans made runs, he was making an impact. With the Lakers missing key starters, he stepped up in a big way, proving he's more than just a role player. Dorian Finney-Smith gave them another solid performance, finishing with 8 points and 5 rebounds. He didn't pick up an assist, steal, or block, but his +5 showed that his presence was still valuable. He played tough defense, spaced the floor, and made sure to knock down open looks when he got them. Gabe Vincent had a quieter night, finishing with just 2 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. His +- of -8 wasn't great, but he still made some key defensive plays. Even when his shot wasn't falling, he made sure to contribute in other ways. Jard Vanderbilt was a force off the bench, finishing with 12 points, 8 rebounds, and a block. He also added a steal while posting a +27 ±. His energy and hustle were huge, especially with the Lakers missing key pieces. Every time he stepped on the floor, he made sure to make an impact. Trey Jemison didn't have a huge scoring night, but he still gave them some valuable minutes. He finished with 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists while posting a +7 ±. He might not have put up big numbers, but his presence inside helped keep the Pelicans off balance. Shake Milton had one of his best games in a Lakers uniform, scoring 12 points while also grabbing 2 rebounds, dishing out 2 assists, and swiping 2 steals. His +30 ± showed just how valuable he was every time he was on the floor. He made big plays on both ends and provided a huge spark off the bench. Bronny James got some minutes late, scoring 2 points while grabbing a rebound and dishing out an assist. His +- of -2 wasn't great, but it was still good to see him get back on the floor. He didn't get much playing time, but every experience at this level helps him develop. Dalton Connect rounded out the bench production with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He also blocked a shot while finishing with a +2 ±. He gave them another scoring punch, knocking down shots and making sure the offense didn't slow down when the starters rested. This win wasn't just another victory, it was a statement. The Lakers have now 17 of their last 20 and sitting in second place in the Western Conference. Even without 2 starters, they dominated from start to finish. LeBron made history, Luka controlled the game, and the supporting cast stepped up in a big way. That's 7 straight wins, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. And then we can look at the most recent. Against the Knicks, Luka came up huge once again, dropping 32 points while dishing out 12 assists and grabbing 7 rebounds. He also played some tough defense, picking up 4 steals and finishing with a +16 ±. When overtime hit, he took over, scoring 5 points to help put the Knicks away. Since making his Lakers debut, they've gone 9-2, and he's been the driving force behind this 8-game win streak. He didn't just score, he set up teammates all night, and his playmaking was the reason the Lakers pulled off this comeback win. LeBron was right there with him, finishing with 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. He also blocked a shot and had a +4 ±. When the game was on the line, he stepped up at the free throw line, scoring the Lakers' final 4 points to seal the win. His ability to stay composed and take over in crunch time was the difference. No matter how tough the Knicks played, he made sure the Lakers came out on top. Jackson Hayes had another strong performance, scoring 8 points while grabbing 5 rebounds and handing out 3 assists. He also swatted away 2 shots and finished with a +5 ±. His presence inside was huge, and his late free throws in overtime gave the Lakers the lead for good. He's been stepping up in a big way during this streak, proving he can be relied on in big moments. Austin Reeves had a quiet night, finishing with 8 points and 6 rebounds. He didn't record an assist, steal, or block, and his +- of -7 wasn't ideal. Even though he didn't have his best game, he still made key plays throughout the night, keeping the offense moving and playing solid defense. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't score much, but he made an impact in other ways. He finished with 2 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal, while posting a +14 ±. That was the second highest on the team, proving just how much of a difference he made. He did all the little things, making sure the Lakers had extra possessions and playing tough defense all night. Jard Vanderbilt had a tough shooting night, finishing with just 2 points, but he still grabbed 5 rebounds, picked up 2 steals, and blocked a shot. His +- of -11 wasn't great, but his hustle and effort were still valuable. He might not have had the biggest impact offensively, but he found ways to contribute on the other end. Trey Jemison gave them some solid minutes off the bench, scoring 7 points and grabbing 4 rebounds. He didn't record an assist, steal, or block, but his +- of -2 showed that he helped keep things steady when he was on the floor. He played his role, provided energy, and gave them valuable minutes inside. Gabe Vincent was a spark off the bench, scoring 12 points while also grabbing a rebound, handing out an assist, and picking up a steal and a block. His +- of +2 showed that he made an impact, and his ability to knock down shots gave the Lakers another scoring option. He's been stepping up during this winning streak, and this game was another example of that. Dalton Knecht rounded out the bench production with 11 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. He also picked up a steal while posting a -1 ±. His scoring ability has been a huge boost for the second unit, and he once again gave them a lift when they needed it. This win was all about resilience. The Lakers were down by double digits in the fourth quarter, but they never panicked. They locked in, knocked down shots when it mattered, and forced overtime. Once they got there, Luka and LeBron took over, making sure they didn't let this one slip away. That's now 8 straight wins and 17 in their last 20. This team just keeps finding ways to get it done, no matter what obstacles come their way. Overall, though, the Lakers are rolling and there's no sign of them slowing down. This 8-game win streak isn't just about talent. It's about chemistry, execution, and trust. LeBron and Luka are leading the charge, but everyone is stepping up. Whether it's Jackson Hayes holding it down at center, Austin Reeves playing the perfect complement, or the bench providing key minutes, this team is clicking on every level. They're handling business against top competition, proving they can win in any situation. Close games, blowouts, comebacks. It doesn't matter. Every night, they're showing why they're one of the most dangerous teams in the league. And with this kind of momentum, who knows how long this streak can last. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.